Not about transfer deadline day. Just tell me how it's been since Tuesday night. Have you watched it back? Have their recovery? What's the schedule been? Mindful of lots of phone calls about transfers.
Yeah, so from Tuesday we had Wednesday, or the players had Wednesday off. We were back in today, trained, started focusing on Gillingham for the weekend. Trained today. We will travel tomorrow and train at a location close to Gillingham, and then on to the hotel.
Just logistically, you've done that a few times this season. Is it easy to find facilities to train at? Is it people know people know people?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we've got enough kind of staff who know people in pretty much every corner of the country. So it's important that we, in my opinion, I think it's important that we train closer to where we're playing than actual train here and travel. I think we get there quicker by doing it that way.
So the threat that Gillingham will pose, because clearly from what we've seen they've only got one goal in the league this year.
Yeah, they have, but listen, they're still a tough team to break down themselves. They get a lot of bodies behind the ball. We'll have to be really inventive. We'll have to be patient at times. We'll have to be inventive in the way we play, pick our moments to attack them. And of course be ready for a counter attack as well, because they, like I say, they sit a lot of bodies behind the ball, but they're always ready to attack you at any given point. So we'll have to be very, very aware of that, and we've done a lot kind of work on that this morning. So yeah.
Would you come across Neil Harris or just in the opposition dugout?
No, I haven't. In all fairness, no. He's he's been at some big clubs. He's had some good jobs, and I'm sure he'll do a good job there. It's like I say, it's not been a brilliant start for them, but it's still early yet, and I'm sure they'll find their form eventually. Let's hope it's after Saturday.
So in terms of the squad, I think Tommy Odaloy and Oscar Massey are the two to check up on how they're doing.
Yeah, okay. Well, not so much Tommy. Tommy's got his scan come back with a tear, so it'll be a grade 2, which will be probably around 4 to 6 weeks. Oscar's back in training now, so yeah.
It's unlucky on Tommy, isn't it? Comes, wants to make an impression. You go with Jacob at the start of the season, and he's not had the chance to make an impression.
Yeah, it's one of them things. I think it's kind of down to deconditioning really more than anything. The fact that he's picked this up, so we need to nurture that and make sure that he's conditioned in the manner that he's ready to play and be on the football pitch.
Obviously, we're talking on transfer deadline day. Depending on who does or doesn't come in and go out, would you add more of the youngsters to the squad after their performance on Tuesday night for the first team matchday experience away from home?
Well, the number's quite high in terms of the squad at the moment, so we'll have to assess that and see what happens over the next how many hours we've got left now. So we'll have to gauge that.
And just reflecting back on Tuesday night, it served its purpose with minutes for the kids, 3 debutants.
Yeah, I thought it was brilliant. I really enjoyed the game actually. On reflection, we're disappointed to lose the game. I did say afterwards in the dressing rooms to the lads and obviously to the press as well that I felt that you can't play that well and lose the game, but on reflection, watching it back, I was really pleased. We give, I think it was 4 first team debuts for some of the young boys, and I thought it was a really good performance.
We talk a bit more about Gillingham, the club and the place. It's clearly very close to your heart.
Yeah, no, I've lived there. Listen, I've lived there for 28 years. My dad played for the club back in the 70s. He was a bit of a legend there in the 70s, and I played for the team for the club in the 90s. It's been my family home for, like I say, 28 years. But at the end of the day, that all has to go to one side. I have a job to do, and I want to go there and win the game.
I'm not 100% sure you were born, but didn't your dad win promotion there?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. 70, I might get this wrong, 72, 73 season, I believe. Might have been 73, 74, but it was one of them seasons they won promotion, yeah.
And then obviously you went there as a coach and started nurturing the young talent?
Yeah, started. That was kind of my first job really in coaching, working within the academy there, and then started working closely with the under-18s, with who was the youth coach then, Mark Patterson, and it was kind of my first run on the ladder of the coaching, my coaching pathway. So yeah, a really good club. Yeah, enjoyed my time there.
Remember that first day there then, starry-eyed, you were a coach at a Football League club?
Yeah, but I think because I'd sort of like played there, you know, years before, I kind of knew the club anyway. So you know, it was a good club to be at. You know, they've always produced good players within the academy. So yeah, no, I was only there really 9 months as the coach, and then I met Chris Sutton on my A licence course, and he got the Lincoln City job, and I went with him as a coach at Lincoln City. So I was only really there at Gillingham for, I think it's probably less than 9 months. Yeah.
We talked about this before. Ellis Handler, the singer extraordinaire next door. At the start of this interview, he was somebody you got in through that network.
Yeah, no, I watched Ellis closely when he was a young player at Gillingham. He was playing within the academy, so I kind of knew about him. And then when Ellis was with a private academy come here and played Swindon's youth team, he scored an hat-trick on that day, and I got him in, and the rest is history.
Just funny for me, this is sort of a transfer deadline day question, but do the players you expect to sign, if they come off, will they be in the mix on Saturday? Are they signed in time?
Hope so, yes.